How do I stay consistent with my workouts? Don't worry, I've got your back with 5 tips that are going to help you out. Hello and welcome. I'm Dominique Gauthier, owner of Body Mind Fitness, and thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoy this video, I'd love it if you took a quick moment to comment, like, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss an upload. It's one of the best ways to support my channel. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining us. And if you are returning, welcome back. Now, have you ever noticed you can usually tell when a workout plan isn't going to stick? Not on day one. Day one is exciting. Fresh start energy, new shoes, big plans, maybe a smoothie no one really asked for. It usually happens around week 2 or 3. The excitement starts to fade a little bit. Real life walks back into the room. Your schedule shifts and your energy dips. Something unexpected lands in your day, and suddenly the plan that felt solid starts to feel super fragile. That's usually the moment people start questioning themselves. Why can't I stay consistent? Why does this always happen to me? Why is this always falling apart? Why am I like this? But most of the time, it has very little to do with you, with your motivation, or with your discipline. It usually has everything to do with how the plan was built in the first place. So if consistency has felt hard for you, I want to give you a few things that actually help. Tip number 1 is to schedule your workouts like they matter. One of the simplest shifts and one of the most effective, in my opinion, is putting workouts into your calendar before the week starts. Now, I'm not talking about the imaginary version of your week. I'm talking about the real one, the one with work, appointments, school drop-offs, life admin, and that weird Tuesday where everything feels like pure chaos. Now, you will need a couple of tools for this. So you could definitely come into the 21st century with your phone. I'm personally a pen to paper kind of person, and I use a planner. Now, my husband and I do share a couple of calendars on our phones that are connected so we can see what's happening throughout the week. But then I'll sit down on Friday, somewhere between, I should say, Friday or Sunday, and I will write everything into the paper planner. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to look at what is actually happening that week. Then you're going to place your workouts into the spaces that exist. Now, then from there, you are going to have to treat these workouts like they're an appointment, like they're all of those other things that you have to do. Some weeks, you might be looking at morning workouts, while other weeks it might be one evening, one lunch break, and one random Tuesday at 3:30 in the afternoon. And that still counts because consistency does not require the same schedule every week. It requires working with the week that is actually in front of you right here, right now. Tip number 2 is don't miss it twice. There's something that derails people more than a bad week, and that's one missed workout. Just one. You're tired. Something came up. There was a work meeting that totally could have been an email. And your kid needs something, and it's got to be right now. You miss one workout, and suddenly it feels like the whole entire plan is broken. So people reset. Oh, I'll start again on Monday. Next week's totally going to be better. But often, the reset is the real problem. Miss once if life happens, because life is always going to happen. Then keep going. If you planned your workouts on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Wednesday, for whatever reason, doesn't happen, just show up on Friday. This doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't have to punish yourself with a harder workout. You don't have to guilt spiral. And please, 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 no starting over speech in the mirror. Just pick up where you left off and keep going. Tip number 3 is to put it in someone else's calendar too, aka hire a trainer. There's a reason this works, because there's a big difference between planning to work out alone and having it booked with someone else. Because when it's just you, the decision often happens right before the workout. Maybe it's an hour before class. Maybe it's just 10 minutes before. You start negotiating with yourself. I'm tired. I can always do it tomorrow. Oh, I've been meaning to reorganize that junk drawer. But when it's scheduled with someone else, the decision has already been made. Now, yes, part of this is a financial commitment. A lot of times when you late cancel, you either still have to pay for the full session or some percentage of it. But I also want to say this loud and clear. I'm not trying to profit off of your bad day. If someone hires a trainer or books support, the real value is not guilt, it's structure. It's having something in place before your tired brain starts talking. It's being invested in your own follow through. That changes everything. Tip number 4, find a space where you're not doing it alone, because consistency gets easier when you're part of something. Not in the everyone post your sweaty selfie kind of way. I mean, real support. Recognizing familiar faces in a class. Being around other people trying to take care of themselves too. Having somewhere to ask questions and having progress noticed even when you're not quite seeing it yourself. That kind of environment matters more than people realize. We do better when we don't feel alone in it. And tip number 5, decide once, not every single day. One of the biggest reasons consistency feels hard is because of decision fatigue. You know the one where you're sitting in front of Netflix for an hour and a half at 9 p.m., scrolling, looking for something to watch, only to realize you either are going to stay up way past your bedtime or you might as well throw in the towel. Same thing happens with your workouts. If every workout begins with, "What do I feel like doing today?" you are giving yourself a daily exit door. And on busy days, stressful days, tired days, very human days, you're most likely going to take it. Instead, decide once. First workout of the week is yoga. Second workout of the week is strength training. On a Saturday, I'm going to go for a morning walk. Now the decision's done. You just have to follow the plan unless life truly requires an adjustment. That removes so much mental drag. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about having something that still works when life gets messy. Something flexible enough for real life. Something solid enough to return to again and again. You don't need a better personality. You don't need more discipline. You probably need a plan that actually fits your life. Now, if this helped at all, please tell me about it in the comments. Which tip feels most doable for you right now? I genuinely would love to know. When something feels doable, we're much more likely to do it. So let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Bye for now.